All right, let's talk about the wands. But we're not just going to go through a list of meanings today. Nope. We're going to unpack a story, a real roadmap for anyone who's ever had that amazing spark of an idea and thought, okay, how do I actually make this happen? This is the creator's journey, the story of the wands.
So it really all boils down to this, right? You get this brilliant, maybe even world-changing idea, but getting from that initial spark to something real, something you can hold, that's a whole other story. And that's exactly what the wand suit is all about. It's our guide through that whole messy, exciting process. So let's just dive right in.
Okay, so what are the wands really? Well, think pure fire. Seriously, it's that raw energy, that passion, the ambition. And you know, the most important part? It's the action. It's the stuff that actually turns a thought into a thing. This is the suit for the creators, the entrepreneurs, the artists out there.
All right, so our story kicks off just like any creative project does, with that first single spark. This part of the journey is all about catching that initial burst of inspiration and, taking those first few crucial steps.
And here we go, the beginning. The Ace of Wands is like a bolt of lightning. It's the universe basically screaming, go! It's telling you, act now. That idea you've had on the back burner, it's time. There's this incredible current of luck and success here. But if you see it reversed, well, that's you fighting that very energy, getting stuck in your own way, maybe a little stubborn or negative.
Okay, so you caught the lightning in a bottle. Now what? That's the Two of Wands. This is the planning stage. Picture yourself standing on a castle wall, looking at all the possibilities, and trying to decide which path to take. You're driven by that ambition, really thinking through your next move. The flip side, the reverse card, is getting totally paralyzed by doubt, or maybe relying way too much on other people or things to happen.
And this is such a great card. It's that moment right after all the planning when you start to see your ships coming in, so to speak. The Three of Wands is that amazing feeling when you see the first signs of progress. The world is actually starting to move in your favor. You've got freedom, you've got choices, and you can see real development happening. It's the first real pat on the back that says, hey, you're on the right track.
Okay, let's see where this journey takes us next, because after all that initial buzz and excitement, we hit what I call the messy middle. This is where your beautiful plans meet the real world, and, well, things start to get a little complicated.
But hey, before we get to the mess, we get a moment of pure joy. The Four of Wands is your first big win. You've hit a point of stability, you're seeing real results, and it is absolutely time to celebrate. Think of it like building a solid, happy foundation for whatever comes next. It's a party, and you've definitely earned it.
And then this happens. Right after the party, reality crashes the gate. See, growth is never just a smooth, straight line.
What's so interesting here is that progress itself often brings challenges. The Five of Wands is all about that clash of interests. Suddenly, you've got competition, arguments, a real struggle. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's like a stress test for your idea and your own determination. It forces you to actually fight for what you're building.
And look at this. After the fight, you get the victory. The Six of Wands is you on your victory lap. You made it through that chaotic struggle and you came out on top. The fight is over, for now anyway. And you're getting some public praise for all your hard work. You won. Just, watch out for that reversed energy, because success can definitely attract some haters and gossip.
But winning one battle doesn't mean the war is over, right? The Seven of Wands is all about defending the ground you just took. You're in a strong position, but now you have to hold it. And that takes some serious willpower and self-confidence to protect what you've built from new challenges. If you drop the ball here, you risk sliding back into inaction.
So, we are now entering the final act. The momentum is huge, we're speeding toward the finish line. But as we all know, every ending comes with its own set of consequences.
Oh man, this card is just pure speed. The Eight of Wands feels like you are flying. All those struggles from before? Gone. You are just making lightning-fast progress. Things are happening so quickly, you have to make decisions on the fly, and it feels like there are zero obstacles in your way. It is one exhilarating final sprint to the end.
And then right before you cross the finish line, you take a breath. The Nine of Wands is that moment you pause. You're tired, you're a little beat up from the journey, but you are still standing, still vigilant. You're waiting for those final results, and you're cautious, because you haven't forgotten the battles it took to get here.
The danger on the reverse side is very real, just complete and utter exhaustion from all that work.
And here we are at the end of the line. But with the wands, the end isn't just the end. It's about what happens after you've gotten everything you thought you wanted.
So you did it. You brought your idea into the world. It's real. But now, you have to carry all of it. The Ten of Wands is about that heavy, heavy load of responsibility that comes with success. You've taken on so much that you are seriously at risk of burnout. This is the full weight of your creation, and honestly, sometimes it can feel like it's just gonna crush you.
So, that's the journey of the idea itself. But what about the people who live this journey? Well, the court cards show us the different personalities, the archetypes we become during this fiery, creative process.
Let's start with the page. This is that raw puppy dog enthusiasm of a new beginning. Think of a young apprentice, totally open and just so eager to learn, full of energy and ready to dive headfirst into a new project. It's pure, unbridled potential.
Next up, the Knight. Now, this is pure focused action. The Knight is self-confident, has a clear goal, and just charges ahead, making things happen fast. When this energy shows up in your life, buckle up because things are about to get moving.
And then we have the Queen. She is the embodiment of a charismatic, courageous, creative leader. She's got this natural flair. She's always ready to jump into action. She's not afraid to take big risks, and she makes decisions with this inspiring confidence. She's really the heart and soul of the whole operation.
And finally, we have the King. He's the master of his domain. He's achieved that independence, both financial and emotional, through his hard work and vision. He's strong, he's patient, and he will firmly defend what he's built. He might be strict, yeah, but he's also a kind and wise ruler over his creations. He is the ultimate form of that wand's energy. So there you have it. We've walked the entire path. From that tiny little spark of the ace, through the messy conflict of the 5, the sweet victory of the 6, and all the way to the heavy burden of success in the 10. It's the complete A to Z cycle of creation.
And all of this brings us right back to you. When you think about your own projects, your big ambitions, your passions, where do you see yourself in this story? Are you right at the beginning, just planning your next move? Or are you deep in the trenches of a struggle? Maybe you're defending a recent win? The thing is, this journey isn't just in a deck of cards, it's in everything we set out to create.